The weeds in this flower bed have been a pain in my behind the entire growing season through spring and summer. Well, I have a trick for them. Want to see how to get rid of those weeds and have your garden lovely for the next season? Stay tuned. Hey guys, it's your girl Kiki Soto here. Welcome back to Urban Girl Gardening. Try it. Alright guys, welcome back to Urban Girl Gardening. Thank you guys for being here. If you are new to my channel, please take a moment and like and subscribe. If you are returning, thank you so much for being here. I greatly appreciate all your support. So, today we are continuing to garden prep for spring. Now, I showed you guys the footage of that weedy bed and it's just been out of control the whole spring. We moved here in March and I did not know what to expect, except that it was a great spot. It had lots of sun. It started out as a beautiful flower bed and then the weeds took over. We mulched it, mulched and mulched, and the weeds just took over. So no matter how much we mulched, the weeds just kept coming back full force. They just took over. So we decided to dig up some of those flowers, pull up some more weeds. We potted some of the flowers and then said, you know what, I have all these tomato plants and other plants that are in pots. Why don't we just put them in there and see what happens? And that's when it turned into our experimental garden, like I showed you guys in some of my other videos, our experimental garden. And the tomatoes did great. They did fantastic. I actually just pulled up the plants out of that front bed maybe a month ago, and I still have tomatoes ripening on the counter. So that worked out fine. But I do not want to go through the weed stress again. So I'm going to show you guys the mixture that I'm going to be using to try to get rid of these weeds naturally and safely. First thing I have here is a gallon of vinegar. We are going to use vinegar. Vinegar is a known weed killer, and it's safe to use in the soil. It will not harm your soil at all. So that's very important. We want to kill the weeds, but we do not want to harm our soil. The vinegar, the acidity from the vinegar will dry out the roots of those weeds. Then we're going to use dish soap. We're going to add about a tablespoon or so of dish soap to the vinegar. This dish soap is used as a degreaser, right? This is what we use to get the grease off of our dishes. So by adding the dish soap to the vinegar, it kind of acts as just a little helper to the vinegar. It's going to pull out those oils out of the plants that the plants need to thrive and to stay strong. It's going to essentially start dehydrating the plant while the vinegar finishes it off. So I'm going to pour this gallon into a pitcher. Now, I would use a watering can, but I do not want vinegar residue in the watering can. This I can easily just put into the dishwasher and it'll be done with. Alright, so we're going to pour this right in. Ooh, splashy, splashy. I don't want to be smelling like vinegar now. Whew. Pour that right in. I'm literally just going to drizzle some of the soap in here. Close that up. Let this sit for just a sec. Some of you may be asking, or thinking, isn't something missing? Salt? I'm going to tell you why you are not adding salt to this mixture. Now, usually you would use a gallon of vinegar, some dish soap, and a cup of salt. That is fine, but not in a garden bed that you plan on gardening in. Again, the salt will deplete your soil. You do not want to add salt to soil that you're going to be planting in again. Now, if you're going to use it for clearing weeds off a patio or cracks in the sidewalk that are too weedy or unsightly, go ahead. Kill away. You don't want anything growing anyway. But if you want to continue to grow in the area that you're going to be using this vinegar mixture in, do not, I repeat, do not add salt. Okay, so I pulled up as much of the weeds as possible. You can see that. And my husband is getting ready to come out and just weed whack this down a bit. Get rid of the rest of this. And that's step one. You want to have as close contact to the roots as possible. So he's going to weed whack, and then we're going to douse this sucker with our vinegar mixture. Papa Bear's over there. Now I know that that's an actual flower that he's chopping down, but I don't want it. If I want it, I'll go back to Lowe's and buy it. I saw it there. It has to go too. That's good, babe. Thank you, Papa Bear.
Nope.
All right, so this is about how I want it here. Now, let's get ready to douse it with some vinegar. Okay, so I'm gonna get to pouring now. Don't need this right now. If you have a larger space than this, then you may need more. But I am confident that this will do the job. Alright, so we got our vinegar down. The next thing we're going to need are leaves and cardboard. Now, the leaves will act as a mulch. And we're going to sprinkle the leaves all around this bed to cover it up. And over the winter and into spring, it will break down and create a nice new layer of compost on top of the bed. Then what we're going to do to continue to smother the weeds is add cardboard on top. So I got 2 bags of leaves here from our Halloween display. It's about time we took it down anyway. And I'm just going to start sprinkling them out. Then you're going to need some cardboard. Cardboard is great. Is a great carbon addition to your soil. It'll break down. It will attract microorganisms such as worms. We all need worms in our garden. When you have healthy soil, you definitely have worms. And even while I was pulling up some of the weeds in this garden, I was still seeing juicy fat worms. So it's not the soil, it's the weeds. Maybe that's why they grow so damn good. So I'm just gonna layer the cardboard around. You wanna make sure that you take all the packing tape off of your cardboard, especially if it's plastic. Plastic is not biodegradable. It will not break down for millions of years, and you don't need that in your soil. And now, to make sure that this cardboard doesn't fly away, I'm actually just going to water it in just a bit. Because remember, we got that vinegar working, so we don't want to wash it wet. But we're going to wet the cardboard, or you could add more leaves on top of the cardboard. Okay, so we did end up coming back and just covering the entire area with leaves and watering them in. So yeah, that's the gist of it. That's about it. It's really easy, simple as 1, 2, 3. Thank you guys for being here. Remember to follow me on Instagram at Urban Girl Gardening. Head over to Facebook to my Facebook group, Urban Girl Gardening. We'd love to have you there. Remember to like, subscribe, share, comment. Let's chat. Any other ideas you guys may have, let me know. And, continue to learn with me, continue to grow with me. Thank you for being here. Bye.